Heat deaths are on the rise this summer in Maricopa County, and drug use is seen as a contributing factor in an increasing number of those heat-related fatalities. And for more on this, we welcome Stephanie Siete of Community Bridges, a behavioral health organization that runs local shelters and crisis response programs. It's good to see you again, although I'm not crazy about talking what we're talking about here. I mean, we had record numbers last year of heat-related deaths. We're definitely on the way this year, and it sounds like drug and alcohol use is an increasing factor. What's going on out there?
It's sad, it's scary, it is hot outside, and I mean, honestly, I kind of will speak to this as common sense. You want to keep the body temperature down, and some of these substances drive those temperatures up, so it's a dangerous combination.
I've heard that, and we're reading that meth use is especially increasing and especially involved as far as heat-related meth use. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought meth use was some sort of thing in the past. Still there, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it getting worse?
I applaud you guys for talking about that because drug use is cyclical. I've been in this industry for over 20 years and drugs never disappear, they cycle around. So meth is back, it's on the rise. Things that people aren't even talking about, they can Google the new meth. There's a stronger, more potent synthetic meth than we've ever seen. And meth in general is a stimulant. So what does that mean? It increases your heart rate, it increases your body temperature, and we're tying this to heat, right?
Yes.
So it's already too hot outside. And then if you're on the street, experiencing homelessness and don't have shelters, again, deadly combination. It's very scary.
What kind of services, what kind of opportunities are there for folks who are caught in that particular cycle in this kind of weather?
We have a great relationship, Community Bridges, with the city of Phoenix. So there's a lot of collaborative partnerships out there trying to provide permanent supportive housing for people. They can check out communitybridgesinc.org. They can call 988 or 211 for all kinds of crisis and non-crisis services. People need to know that there is help available.
Another back to meth here, because I find this fascinating.
Yeah.
Is it cheaper now? You said a new and improved meth, if you will. Is it cheaper? Is it easier to get a hold of? What's happening?
Both. I always remind people, keep in mind proximity to the border. A lot of these drugs come from cartels, and we are neighbors with Sinaloa, Jalisco cartels. They don't just traffic fentanyl, they traffic meth. So it's right there. It's cheap to manufacture, it's cheap to purchase, and it's sadly too accessible, too close to us. It's physically too close to Arizona.
And you mentioned it as a stimulant, and for folks who are unhoused and pretty much have their life's belongings within a shopping cart, a bag, or just right next to them, I would imagine a stimulant to keep yourself awake and keep yourself alert might not be something that you would think would be a bad idea.
And people don't think about that. Methamphetamine historically has also caused weight loss. So we saw that with younger girls way back when wanting to do it. Then you tie it to homelessness, as you said. You want to be awake. You want to protect your valuables. And that's exactly what methamphetamine is going to do. But that's not good for you, to have the body stay awake for days on end with no sleep. Now we're talking, hallucinations, delirious, so just panic attacks just because we haven't rested. Our temperature's up. It's bad combos.
And as far as other symptoms of overheating, does meth alleviate those in the mind? Does meth make you think you're not so thirsty and it's not so hot out here?
It's a communication error, right? Like all of a
Yes.
sudden you don't even realize that you're extra hot and extra tired. You're just not aware. That's what we say about substances, right? That your rational brain.
And we talked about what's being done to address the problem. What is not being done that you think should be done?
More education. You know what I mean? I think we focus a lot about certain hype, certain trends, and we hear about the fentanyl crisis. Methamphetamine never went away. So I think a lot of it comes back to just knowing it exists and put them together. What do we hear about all the time? Unintentional overdoses, accidental. A lot of these substances get mixed and we don't even know.
Yeah, and last question, you talk about education and getting that information out. Getting the information out to unsheltered folks, to the homeless
Yes.
population. Can that be done? I mean, is it possible? I mean, can you talk to some of these folks, or how does that work?
We need to find a way to do a better job. I mean, just like substance use, not enough people are being treated for the problem. And when it comes to homelessness, not enough people are also coming out of the system, more coming in than are coming out. But we can't overlook that. We still have to find a way to partner with our cities and make sure that the services are met, the needs are met, and we provide the services.
Knowing what we know with heat-related deaths and meth and alcohol and it's the drug and alcohol, Does it signal something that could possibly happen this winter?
We hope it cools down this winter,
Well,
but
yeah, but as far as what you're seeing on the streets, the cyclical nature of certain narcotics.
Sure. It's hard to predict what's going to be out there, but just keep in mind, if you did look at the data, fentanyl and opioids are still near the top. There's been an increase with meth as well as cocaine, another stimulant. It's not nearly comparable in the same level, but yeah, they're both going to be considered problems this winter.
Is the fentanyl dropping as these are rising? No, it's.
I mean, I say no, and you can look at a 2,000, number of 2,000 less deaths. I don't call that significant. It's still overwhelming.
Stephanie Siete, Community Bridges, thanks for the information. Let's hope it cools down and soon.
Yes.